In previous lecture, we started this loop concept, if you remember. And there are three types of loops in the C. Can you all just type in chat box different loops available in C? C मध्ये कुठले कुठले loops available आहेत? Let's see how many of you remember. There are three types of loops in C. While loop, which we started. There's a do while loop, and there's a for loop. Okay, remember this. So we are still working with the for loop right now, and we wrote some programs, very basic programs we written in while loop, and there was a homework given to you. You have to print all even numbers between 100 to 200, but in descending order. So your answer should be 200, then 198, 196, 194, and so on. Okay. So I think most of you written that program. May I know how many have you done the homework practically? Don't tell me on paper now, because you got a lot of time to do it on computer. There's a weekend you had. So what are we supposed to do now? We need to write a while loop. If you want to write C program, we write typically main. Then we write a while loop. Condition should be in round brackets. And the code is typically written inside curly brackets. Correct? So what do you want to print? A number. So you can just write a printf percent in number. What will be the first number you want to print? It's 200, right? So initialize number with 200. You want to decrement it, right? Descending order म्हणजे उतरत्या क्रमाने आपल्याला प्रिंट करायचं आहे, and it's an even number. So next number after this 200 is 198. So you have to subtract 2 from this. So number equal to number minus 2. Okay, and then you have to go on printing till what? 100. So you write the loop variable. What is loop variable here? No. And you want to print till what? 100. So now how to write the operator? That's the question. Sometimes people get confused between operators. So initialization, this 200 is greater than 100 or less than 100. It's greater than, right? So write greater than here. And then do you want to print equal to, do you want to print 100 as well? If you want to print 100 also, then you have to write equal to all. So it's greater than equal to. So 200 is greater than 100, and you want to print 100 also. That's why it's equal to. If you don't want 100, just write greater than. All right. It's easy. Now, those who have not done it, if you want, take a screenshot and try it after this in practical time. Now moving to next question. Now what you try out is you have to print first n numbers. See, in last lecture, we written the program to print first 10 numbers. So start from 1 till 10, 1 to 100, 1 to 200. So likewise, now it is 1 to n. But what is value of n? You don't know what is n, right? So that n you have to accept from user. Whatever you don't know, you have to accept from user. जे गोष्टी आपल्याला माहित नाहीयेत ते युजरकडनं घ्यायला लाजू नका. So in this program, you accept n from user. So you require printf scanf. Then write a loop till n times and print the number. Okay, I'll give 5 minutes for this. Those are confident in programming, start doing practically. Those are not, write on paper, it's okay. As usual, when moment you are done, raise your hand so that we can start discussion. So what should be done? We have to understand now basically how to write a loop from 1 to n. It's commonly required in programming. तुम्हाला खूप वेळा असं लागणार आहे की 1 to n चं loop लिहायचं आहे. So you start from 1, right? Then you write a loop. If I want to do it for 5 times, what I'll do? While I is less than equal to 5, correct? And inside loop, you'll write I equal to I plus 1, correct? And you'll print I in between. Now instead of this 5, what you want is n. That's it. But what is the value of n? You have to accept from user, correct? So you can just write here, write complete program. You can just ask user printf enter value of n, scanf %d and n. Generally use variable names as small letters. That's recommended, but it's okay. Just to make you understand, I've written here n capital. Is everybody okay? Everybody has followed how to write program. I repeat, user कडनं n ची व्हॅल्यू ऍक्सेप्ट करा, त्यानंतर एक लूप लिहा फॉर एक्झाम्पल आपल्याला 1 to n जायचं, त्यामुळे 1 पासून n पर्यंत जाण्यासाठी, आणि नंतर प्रत्येक लूपमध्ये प्रत्येक आयची व्हॅल्यू प्रिंट करा. आय इज इन्क्रिमेंटेड बाय 1, कारण 1 नंतर 2, मग 3, देन 4 अँड 5 अँड टिल व्हॉट n. That's a stopping point. Clear? Those who could not write a program, take a screenshot of this and practically do it after lecture. जे काय प्रोग्राम तुम्हाला जमत नाहीये, तुम्ही लेक्चर नंतर ते कंप्लीट करत चला. रोजच्या रोज प्रॅक्टिकल्स करा. More practicals you'll do, you more practice you'll do in programming, you will become more confident. Okay? If you ignore it, if you just write on paper, on theory, you will not learn programming. Believe me. Done? Okay. Now next question. Similar to this, slight modification. You want to find sum of first n numbers. In previous program, what we have done, we have printed first n numbers. तर मला प्रिंट नाही करायचे आहेत. Instead of printing, I want to find their sum. Just like there's a formula of summation, we write summation of xi, where i's value of I is going from 1 to n. So again, what we will do, you can take here extra variable sum, right? And then you go from 1 to n. Every time what is value of your variable, you keep adding in the sum. Okay. So try this program. I'll give 5 minutes. Okay, please pay attention now. If you tried, you should at least realize what you're not able to do it. Where you're stuck. काय तुम्हाला जमत नाही, लक्ष द्या. This is a typical code. You first, because it's a first n numbers like a previous program, we have to accept n from user. In previous program, we have written printed first n numbers. So same way, we write a loop that will go from 1 to n. So I is equal to 1, that goes till n, that's why it's less than equal to n, and I equal to I plus 1. Look at this blue color code. This blue color code, blue color thing, it is nothing but a loop going from 1 to n. Typically written loop. Now in previous program, we have printed a value of I. Now instead of printing value of I, we want to do summation. We want to add it. So to add that sum or that summation, we have taken extra variable here, sum. Remember, whenever there is an addition in the loop, summation in the loop, we have to initialize that sum variable to additive constant. What is additive constant? A number that if you add it, it won't change. So what is additive constant? It's a 0. So you have to initialize sum to 0 so that its garbage is gone. Because when you don't initialize variables, it contains by default garbage, especially local variables, right? So initialize sum to what? 0. Now in this sum, you have to add value of I. So sum equal to sum plus I. Okay. Now remember, in future, whenever we have to write this summation program, there are 3 steps. Purposefully, I'm using them in a red color. Okay. First step, before loop, sum equal to 0. Inside loop, sum equal to sum plus whatever you want to add. So what you want to add here? Value of I, which is changing from 1 to n. I ची व्हॅल्यू बदलत चालली ना, ते आपल्याला I ची व्हॅल्यू ऍड करायची आहे. So I is added in sum. And third step is after loop, you print the value of sum. Finished. Your answer is in sum. Don't write printf inside while loop, because if you write printf inside while loop, it will print again and again. It will print in the loop. We want to print final answer only once. आपल्याला एकदाच answer print करायचा आहे loopच्या बाहेर. So right after loop, printf sum. So blue color code is a template. It's a loop that goes from 1 to n. Red color code is going to change. That's a summation code. I repeat in Marathi. कधी समेशनचा प्रोग्राम आला इथून पुढं तर 3 स्टेप्स लक्षात ठेवा. एक लूपच्या आधी, एक लूपमध्ये आणि लूपच्या बाहेर आहे. लूपच्या आधी सम 0 करा. लूपच्या आतमध्ये सम इक्वल टू सम प्लस, तर जे काय ऍड करायचे ते टाका. जसं इथं आपल्याला इथं आयची व्हॅल्यू टाकायची आहे. आणि थर्ड स्टेप, लूपच्या बाहेर समची व्हॅल्यू प्रिंट करा. That's it. It's so easy. Now still those are not understanding how it works. Let me show you example. We have taken variables n, then I, and then sum. Correct? So let's accept n from user. Enter value of n. Let's say n is 3. Now n is 3. What is going to happen here? I is 1 and sum is 0. So initially I is 1 and then sum is 0 here. Done. Now check, is I less than equal to n? So value of I is what? 1 here. Is 1 less than equal to 3? Yes, true. Because it's a true, it will go inside loop. Sum equal to sum plus I. So sum मध्ये I ची value add करायची. So this I is added in sum. So 1 plus 0, sum becomes 1. Done. Now increment I by 1. So I काय? I ची value 1 है. So it will become 1 plus 1 is 2. So I will become 2. Right? It will again go up. Now 2 is less than or equal to 3. That's I is less than or equal to n. So again add true. So it goes inside loop. Add I in sum. So 2 plus 1, sum will become 3. Done. I equal to I plus 1. So I will become again 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. Done. Again it goes up. Is 3 less than equal to 3? Yes, true. It is equal to. So I is still less than equal to n. Condition is true. That's why it goes inside loop. And then sum equal to sum plus n. What is sum? 3. What is I? 3. So 3 plus 3, sum will become 6. Done. And then I equal to I plus 1. So I will become 4. Correct? Again it goes up. Now value of I 4 is not less than equal to n. Condition is false. When the condition false, what happens, guys? Loop will stop. Correct? So when the loop will stop, control goes outside loop. You print value of sum, that is 6. सगळ्यांना प्रोग्राम कळलाय का? Addition of first n numbers. Suppose n जर 5 असेल, तर you are going to add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Is this clear? How many could do this program? How many already raised the hands? किती लोकांना प्रोग्राम जमलाय हा? Very nice. Okay. बाकी सगळ्यांना समचे स्टेप्स कळल्यात? Take a screenshot of this code. Remember 3 steps of summation. What are 3 steps? Before loop, sum equal to 0. Second step, inside loop, sum equal to sum plus whatever you want to add. Correct? Third step, after loop, print sum. Right, Lakshat? This logic I'm going to require again and again. That's why I'm explaining you again. Summation 3 steps. Now, what alternatively we can do? I hope you have taken screenshot. What alternative we can do? Optimize idea. What we can do is, to get the same output, we know formula. What is it? What is the formula? If you remember summation of first n numbers, it is n into n plus 1 divided by 2. So we can write the same program without loop also. And this will work more faster, isn't it? Do you know formula? No? You just add. For example, summation of first 5 numbers. So what is 1 plus 2? 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 10 plus 5, 15. So addition of first 5 numbers is 15, 1, 5. So if you use the formula here, value of n is 5. 5 into n plus 1, that is 6. 5 into 6 is what? 30. 30 divided by 2 is what? 15. Jepta. So because for this you have formula, that's why we can use formula and make it faster. Alternatively, we can use loop and write the code. Generally, I say there is a difference between Ganpati and Kartikeya Swami. The Kartikeya Swami will use this logic. You know the story of Ganpati and Kartikeya, na? I won't go in stories, not required. And this is what will be the Ganpati logic. Faster, effective. Doko opera. Done, guys. So if you get this in programming competitions, do it without loop, faster idea. But right now we want to learn loop. That's why we practice that while loop. All right. Now, what I want is, because this program is important, that's why I'll give you 5 minutes. Those who could not do it practically, do it practically. ज्यांना ज्यांना प्रोग्राम जमलेला नव्हता लिहायला त्यांनी प्रॅक्टिकली ट्राय करा, संपूर्ण टाका फटाफट. आणि मोमेंट यू फिनिश इट, रेज युअर हँड. आय वॉन्ट एंटायर क्लास शुड कम्प्लीट इट. म्हणजे समोर कोड आहे इथं आता. Okay, now what we will do is, just now we written the program for summation of first n numbers, right? Now instead of summation, we will have to find out multiplication of first n numbers. Because next question is what? We want to find out factorial of a number. What is factorial? For example, if n is 3, 3 factorial is 1 into 2 into 3. What is 5 factorial? 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. It means it is nothing but multiplication of first n numbers. आपण आत्ताच डिस्कस केलं की फर्स्ट एन नंबरचं तुम्हाला व्हाईल लूप लिहिता येतं. आपण फर्स्ट एन नंबर प्रिंट केले. Just now we have added first n numbers. Instead of addition, you have to do multiplication of first n number. That's it. Slight change. है. So those who have finished earlier program, try this next question. And those who are still struggling like Vaishnavi and Rui, you first complete the previous program. Okay, and then you go for next one. Till the Puja I'm checking, you can just try it on paper. If I want 3 factorial, it is 1 into 2 into 3. Correct? So it's basically multiplication of first n numbers. Just now what we have done? Addition of first n numbers, right? Previous program, I mean. So we have accepted n from user. Basic loop going from 1 to n. I is 1, I less than equal to n, and I equal to I plus 1. Also called as sometimes I plus plus, okay? I'll introduce you I plus plus later on. And then typical 3 steps are what? Before loop sum equal to 0. Inside loop sum equal to sum plus I. And then after loop print sum, right? Now instead of adding first n numbers, we have to multiply first n numbers. So the first change would be what? Instead of plus, we'll write here star. So instead of addition now, it's going to multiply. So you'll first multiply 1, then 2, and then 3, and then 4 until n times. That's it. Correct? This is the first big change. The problem here is, what about sum? If you keep sum 0 as it is, then what will happen? 0 into anything will become 0 eventually, right? So whatever n you enter, your answer will be always 0 because sum is initialized to 0. So we are not adding in the loop, right? What we are doing in the loop now? Multiplication. So instead of initializing additive constant, we have to initialize that sum to multiplicative constant. What is multiplicative constant? Multiplicative constant is the number by which if you multiply any number, the number will not change. And that is 1. If you multiply any number by 1, the number will not change. It will remain as it is, right? So instead of 0, whenever multiplication is in the loop, instead of 0, initialize your loop variable to 1. जेव्हा जेव्हा मल्टिप्लिकेशन लूप मध्ये असेल तेव्हा 0 ला इनिशियलाइज करू नका 1 ला करा. That's another important change. Done. Now obviously we'll say, are we doing summation, addition? No. Then why are we having a loop variable or variable name as sum? It's a meaningless, right? So let's change the variable name as well. Now what we'll do is, we'll write here instead of sum, we'll change the variable name to, let's say, factorial or fact, f. So same steps, it's just a variable name I changed. Instead of sum, I have taken variable name f, initialized to 1, and instead of f sum equal to sum plus, see the previous program, sum equal to sum plus, instead of plus we have written multiplication. So it is f equal to f into I. Done. And after loop, print the factorial f. Again, typical 3 steps. Na? Before loop, f equal to 1. Inside loop, f equal to f into I. And after loop, print f. Easy. The way we can write 1 into 2 into 3, we can also write reducing loop 3 into 2 into 1. Because multiplication is commutative. Right? I mean to say a into b is same as b into a. So it doesn't make any difference. Let's take example. Those who are not understanding how it works, take an example. Always with example when you understand better. Correct? I'll just place it here. So you accept n from user. Let's say n is 3. Now I is initialized to 1, f is initialized to 1. So I is 1 and f is 1. Correct? And then you check, is I less than equal to n? So 1 is less than equal to n. 3, correct? True. So it will say f equal to f into I. So what is f equal to f into I? What is f? F is initially 1. Into I is what? 1. 1 into 1 is what? F will become 1. Now I will increment I equal to I plus 1. Look at my mouse cursor. Huh? I'm showing, pointing the statement here. I equal to I plus 1. So I will become what? 2. It will again go up. I is less than equal to n. So 2 is less than equal to 3. True. Condition is true. So it will again go inside. F equal to f into I. So 2 into 1 is f will become 2. Then I equal to I plus 1. I will become 3. Again control will go up. Is I less than equal to n? 3 is less than equal to 3. Yes, true. So again it will go inside. 3 into 2. So f will become 6. Correct? Then I will increment by 1. So I will become 4. It will again go up. Condition false. Loop will stop and it will print f. What is there in f? Final answer 6. So 3 factorial is what? 6. So it will print 6 here. Is it followed, everybody? How program works? सगळ्यांना कळलाय? Okay, let's put it aside. Now, what we can do alternatively, as I said, when we can say 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, we can also do opposite. We can say n equal to n factorial is 3 into 2 into 1. That's the opposite also we can do. So what I need to do if I want to go reducing. मागाच्या लॉजिकमध्ये आपण काय केलं होतं? We have went from 1 to n. Now I want to multiply same n numbers but n down to 1. मला उलट्या ऑर्डरने मल्टिप्लाय करायचं आहे. काय काय चेंज करायला लागेल विचार करा. What is the first thing? Can you try out on paper? I'll just give 2 minutes. Try out on paper. Those who could not do earlier program, if you want, take a screenshot of this one, the earlier program. And then others, those are finished successfully, try out this logic in descending order, 3 into 2 into 1. I'll just wait for 2 minutes. आपल्याला सेम प्रोग्राम करायचा आहे फॅक्टोरियलचा, पण तो आपण मगाशी जे 1 2 3 4 असं अप टू n मल्टिप्लिकेशन केली ती आपल्याला उलट्या ऑर्डरने करायची आहे. वी हॅव टू मल्टिप्लाय 3 2 1. Correct? So what is the main change required? Entire program will remain same, right? The main change is initialization. How to control the loop is important. Huh? What will change here is initialization, the loop statement, loop expression, condition, obviously. The loop parts. Look at the loop parts. So what we do? We have to start from where? N. So initialization, look at it, I equal to n. Correct? Then we have to go till what? 1. So I greater than equal to 1. Even if I write greater than, it's okay because multiplying by 1 doesn't will not make much difference, right? And then this statement, loop statement remains same. And then instead of going plus 1, we'll go minus 1. So if, for example, if n is 3, so I will become 3 initially. 3 is greater than 1. Then multiply by 3, then 2, then 1, and then it will stop. So whether you multiply 1 to 3 or 3 to 1, it's a same thing. Now those who could write this for them, let's see what else we can do. What I'm saying is, need ekada vicharek, the point to learn, especially for A group students, the scholars. Listen to me carefully. What I'm saying is, if you're going from n down to 1, we are using extra variable I that is going from 1 to another place, n down to 1. What is use of n here? In the earlier program, the condition was required for n. See, earlier program here, you require n for condition checking. But in this program, when you're going down, you don't require n afterwards, right? So what I'm suggesting is, we can use that n to reduce. See here, it should be I, not n. So we should reduce that n itself. So what I'm saying is, here we can write like this, while n. बघा मी काय दाखवतो तुम्हाला नवीन. I'm just avoiding third variable I. While n. Now what do you mean by while n? What is value of n? For example, value of n is 3. So multiply that f with 3. Then decrement n. So 3 will become what? 2. 2 will become what? 1. 1 will become what? 0. So when n will become 0, Zero means what? False. When condition is false, loop will stop, isn't it? So I have written same program, but without using the third variable. Got it? I'm just trying to teach you a point that we can avoid third variable when we are having reducing loop. We can eliminate that I. I ची गरज नाहीये. आपल्याला n वापरून पण हा प्रोग्राम करता येईल. त्या n लाच कमी कमी करत या खाली खाली. Reuse that n. That n is working as a condition also, and n is used as a loop expression also. Look at the technique here. Jab tak I'm not sure how many of you understood this technique of avoiding variable I. Great, great, masta. Good. Now, this is what I could write in one line. But for this, you need to understand more, C. You should know what is a post increment, pre increment, post decrement, pre decrement. If somebody knows this, post decrement, what I'm doing here, I'm writing this code in one single line. While n, f equal to f into n. Now, after multiplication, n will be decremented. N minus minus means decremented by 1. N plus plus means increment by 1. If you're not understanding, it's okay. You don't have to worry. But I'm just telling you how we can slowly optimize the code. Correct? Now it is single line code. See? It's fantastic. All right. Chalo. Now, what I'm going to do is, Prakash sir, let me check. Give you some homework. Now, homework is you have to find sum of n numbers. Listen to me carefully, guys. You must be thinking, okay, this program is already done. Atta's केला आपण हा? No. This is different question. Earlier question was find sum of first n numbers. This is find sum of n numbers. Did I use the word first n? No. For example, if I ask you what are first three numbers, answer is fixed 1, 2, 3. Correct? But when I say three numbers can be anything. So you have to accept n from user. Then you have to also accept n numbers from user. Whatever numbers user will enter, you have to add them. So again, it's a basically summation logic. 3 steps are same. But what is new thing here is n numbers user is going to give. User कुठलाही n number देईल, त्या n number युजरने दिलेल्या n नंबरशी ऍडिशन करायची आहे आणि सम काढायची. Is the question clear? Okay. Say for example, if n is 3 and if I enter numbers as 10, 20, 30, then the addition of these three numbers which I entered, the sum is 60. Okay, Pooja, please put the homework question in the WhatsApp group. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Chalo. Now let's stop here. Thank you very much.